Hey, so welcome back to the Mindy Paul show. We've had some amazing things happening in the business, lots of client wins, been absolutely incredible. So I hope you are all safe and well. Hope you're all doing great. So one thing that really inspires me to grow my business more, to make more of an impact in this world is my family. Just move this mic closer. I'm gonna get told off for moving this closer. Yeah, making a bigger impact for my family. So I'm able to give my family more choices. Now, what is your driving point? What is your anchoring point in your business? What drives you to, what aspires you and drives you to want more, to have more, to be more, to give more? Is it your family? What is it? Why have you got into business for? What keeps driving you month in, month out? What is that goal that you set? Who is it going to be that's going to benefit from that? Now, for me, it's my family. Now, I'm sure it is for you as well, right? Not only just my family, but my bigger family too, which are my clients, right? So I want to really emphasize on the fact today that if we want to have more, right, we've got to become more. A lot of the time, people are wanting more, but not willing to pay the price in growing more, not just reading books, but actually growing, getting uncomfortable. Now, if we want to become better, if we want our businesses to be better, we must get better. A lot of the time, people stay stagnant. They stay at the same kind of level. They don't want to really grow. It's like, imagine you've got your garden, right? You just plant some really nice flowers in the garden bed, whatever you call it, right? Mr. Gardener. But imagine if you planted a nice bed of roses. Now, those roses are not going to grow unless you wake up, right, and actually feed them fucking flowers. Because otherwise they're going to die. The weeds are going to take over. And we are no different. Okay, we are no different. So if we really want to flourish in our finances, right, in our business, we have got to really understand that we must be growing every single day. If your business isn't growing, it's dying. There's no in between. When I first had this concept, I'm like, what does that even mean? If your business isn't dying, if it's not growing, it's dying. There's no standing still. There is no standing still. Most people stay average most of their lives. They never achieve more than what they've done like 10 years ago. You know, I hear people talking about the successes they had like 10 years ago, you know. Oh, you know what, before this happened, I was doing X, Y, and Z. All right, but that's in the past. You know, we can't live in the past. We have to like look at the future and look at the present, in the present moment now, and say, hey, listen, where am I? I can't live off my past successes. Yes, I've had some great months, great years in business, but I can't, living in the past ain't going to do me no good, apart from the fact that I can say to myself, you know what, well, I've done this, so I can do more, I can do better. What is it that you want to give your loved ones? Have you been promising that dream life to them, that lifestyle, maybe, you know, education for the kids, maybe your parents, you want to move home, you want to do all of these fantastic things. And yet years go by and nothing much changes. Every year, your business should be growing like fucking astronomically. Can't even fucking say that word properly. Why do I even choose that word, right? Astronomically. Here you go. I can say it. Just evidence that I can say it. Why not look at your last year and get so pissed off at it? You know, I remember Bob Proctor saying like dissatisfaction is a creative state. You got to be dissatisfied. Like when you're dissatisfied, that's when you want to improve things, right? That's when you want to go out and bet yourself. A lot of the time I feel people blame circumstances too much, blaming the environment, not accepting responsibility. All right. I want to look at myself like, you know, what areas do I need to grow in? I ain't going to grow in height. We know that, right? Not my age now, right? But what areas do I need to grow in? What skills do I need to acquire? Where do I need to sharpen up my tools? Now, sometimes if you can't sharpen your tools up, if you don't want to sharpen a certain tool up, you've got to go get someone to be in that department. Let's just say that your strong point isn't sales, right? You ain't a good salesperson. Now, you may not want to improve your sales ability, your skills, but you can go hire someone who's a great salesperson, great sales lady, great salesman, who understands sales, has experience, and you can plug them into your business. But here's the thing. You still want to be able to have some of these skills yourself. You still want to have your finger on the pulse. Now, I'm not talking about wearing all the hats in your business, right? Doing everything. But you still, if you've got a business right now and you've got like, I don't know, 12 different people managing different departments, or maybe 5 people. And imagine if that one person leaves, what's going to happen to that department? Whether it's your tech department, maybe someone who does your email system sequences and all that kind of stuff, or whatever it is. Will it screw you over? Right. So I would suggest that you get a basic understanding of key areas in your business so you don't get caught loose. Right. Don't get caught short. That's the word I was looking for, not loose. Don't get caught short. So becoming better, what does that mean for you? What does that look like for you? If you want more, you've got to become more. What is that? What does that even mean? If you want to become, listen, right now, I've just had, I just had more of a, my intuition was telling me to like learn certain skills with my business. And I've gone out and brought a mastermind or an inner circle for a certain area and I'm studying it. And it's about sales. And I spent some money on sales because I thought, you know what? I'd love to like become more of an effective salesperson. I'd love to be able to sell more. I'm great at sales right now, but you know, anytime you think that you're good, you don't need training in something, right? You know, ego can get in the way of a lot of people. I don't need to learn that skill, but I want to learn that skill. Okay. Want to grow a massive sales team. So, all right. So I want to be an example to the sales team. I want to understand how the processes work. I want to demonstrate to people when they say, well, I can't sell, like this isn't working, that's not working. A lot of the time it's just the mindset person's beliefs behind that. So I've invested in that area. So I know when I've got different people coming into my sales department, they'll also have the skills, not just what I'm learning, but also like, you know, using this course that I purchased is, well, it's not a course. It's like an inner circle, right? Phenomenal. I want to get better. I'm looking at, all right, where else can I get better in my business? Where else can I get better? I want to consistently get being better than I was like last week, last year, the year before. I want to start, listen, I want to start doing lots more things, right? But the thing is, it starts with an idea. But here's the thing, the driving factor for me is my family. I'm like, fuck, I want to give them more. I want to do more. I want to be able to spend more time with them. It's not just about buying them gifts and, you know, taking them on holiday, but just having that quality time with them. So I want to, the more I grow, the less I have to work, believe it or not. Here's the thing with everybody. The more you grow, the less you have to actually work because your awareness changes. I've heard like some of the most wealthiest people in the world don't even work. When I first had that concept, I'm like, what the fuck? Well, they're bank robbers, but really they don't. They have other people running their organizations for them. Do you think Richard Branson is there grinding away? Yes, he probably done a lot of the work in the early days, but now look at him. Do you think he's there grinding? He's got his whole team of like people doing all sorts of stuff, right? He's got multiple different businesses and he's got people running them organizations, heads of departments, you know, directors and, you know, department managers and all that kind of stuff. So you have a system in place. So have a vision of your business being way more than what it is right now. Sometimes we look at the amount of effort and energy that we're putting to get so far. And then when we want to look at growing our business tenfold, automatically we assume that, fuck, I'm already grinding away working 60, 70 hours a week. So that means, fuck, if I'm going to do more, where am I going to find the time for? And that puts a lot of people off. But that's not the way things are. You can actually work less and earn more. This is exactly what we teach. It's our belief systems that keep us stuck. Okay, it really is. So I want you to really identify some key areas that you're gonna actually go to work on. Maybe this could be something that you don't enjoy doing. I remember I used to hate prospecting. I used to hate it. I used to hate it like with a passion. But I understood that it was an important part of my business. A lot of people, it's crazy, like how many people don't enjoy prospecting. It's actually crazy to think how many people don't enjoy sales calls. Even like, you know, fairly successful people that are in business. I come across so many different people. I'm like, how did you fucking make it this far? You know, how can you go deeper into your business? By becoming more, right? Really important little lesson. This is something that I think most people, probably 95% of business people could probably need to hear, because we get so stuck, we get complacent, we get, what's the word I'm looking for? We become very stagnant. That's a word, stagnant. We can often end up in a slump. A slump is where you know, if things are going great and sometimes you go into that slump where your energy just feels off and you don't fucking feel like doing anything. You're just like feeling sorry for yourself, moping around. You might take an extra 10, 20 minutes in bed. You might find it harder to get to sleep, harder to get out of bed, harder to get inspired or motivated. And that's a slump. And now we've got to understand, yes, we're going to get into slumps, right? It's a part of the law, right? Whatever goes, if you're going to have an up, you're going to have a down. There's no doubt about that. If you're going to have a down, you're going to have an up. But when people have that down, they don't know how to react. You know, and it saps the energy out of you. Not only that, it puts you in a very low frequency and you start to attract more undesirable situations to you. So I'm teaching people on how to manage what happens when you get on that slump. This could be like you're about to sign up your biggest deal ever in your life, taking on your biggest client, something amazing is about to happen, and all of a sudden something happens in your personal life or somewhere else, and you get into a slump. You start fucking going downhill, and then things start to happen. Things start to fall out of bed, and then and one thing happens after another. You know that phrase, "Bad things happens in threes." Who even made that up? Obviously, someone that had fucking 3 bad things happen to them, right? Bad things happen in threes. But don't make anybody else's, like, some of these phrases that we hear, all right? Don't make them your own. Somebody says, well, you know what? There's a black cat just crossed my path. I'm like, okay, cool. It didn't cross mine. And what? You know, just because it's someone else's belief, you don't need to make it yours. All right. We take on so much shit that we don't understand. You know, just because someone said something, we make it our own. Okay. So what are you going to do now to give your family more? Do you feel more inspired that, hey, listen, I've actually got to fucking grow myself? You think I've got to grow myself. If I'm going to grow my income cannot grow unless I have new ideas to think from. Most people work with the same ideas, the same concepts, the same beliefs, and expect things to change for them. Now we've got to reevaluate our beliefs. Like, why do I think this way? Why do I believe this is as it is? Why do I believe I can't, double my income in the next 6 months? Oh, I've never done it before. Oh, the marketplace sucks. Nobody's buying right now. We're in a recession. Yeah, okay, well, that will control you, right? So I want to grow myself, my awareness, my understanding, so I can overcome hurdles, obstacles. Imagine you're out at sea, you're at them big crushing waves. You must have seen them videos on YouTube, right? When you've got that ferry and it's like it's getting stuck in there. And listen, you got someone, I don't know, the captain of the ship, or did he said a pilot? Now imagine if you had a rookie behind that, right? Someone who's just like got the first license, first out the new job, and they hit one of them fucking seas. They're gonna blow it, right? Now it's not just about steering the ship, right? When you're in those torrential, like fucking with the bad weather, really bad hurricanes in the sea where everything's just going crazy all out. Now you got someone who really understands how to steer the ship, where to fucking move the weight and how to control it, right? Not just panic and fucking flip the thing over. Now, same conditions, right? Same conditions, but a different person operating in those conditions. So what kind of conditions are you operating in that may be, you may see them as a negative thing, crippling you? Now imagine someone else like that captain comes in place and gets in your position in that same condition. Imagine how differently they would navigate that ship through the ocean. It's survival. This is why a rock solid killer mindset is really crucial if you're going to survive, because business is like a jungle. People come, people go. It's only the strong that survive, right? So are you strong enough? Are you able to keep in control of yourself no matter what's happening around you? Or when shit hits the fan, do you hit the fan with it? A lot of people do. They lose control. Everybody's great when things are going great, but when things ain't going so great, people fall apart. And this is somewhere where I had to like really grow, where I understood what's happening, my emotions, what's happening, how to deal with things. We've got this amazing, marvelous mind. The problem is that everyone's mind's the same, but it's how we use it. Most people use their mind against them. It won't work because of X, Y, and Z, rather than seeing why it would work. In every adversity, there's an equal amount of opportunity. I'm like, wow. Think about it. Imagine someone's business is about to go down a pan, right? And you've got someone who's, let's say, from Shark Tank or the Dragon's Den, or a world-class entrepreneur, like Mark Cuban or someone like that, Peter Jones, which is one of my favorite dragons. Imagine they came in to this sinking ship and they took over. Because of the growth they've had, the knowledge, experience, and awareness they've had, they'll be able to navigate that fucking ship, that ferry from sinking. They will steer it. I'll speak about this often. This is why there's people out there that by failing businesses. Richard Branson himself said that the best time to buy a business is when it's not being run properly themselves. So I always think about this. What if someone else came into my business, someone's highly successful? What kind of different moves would they be making? I want you to think the same. Imagine your business as it is right now. Think of someone that you really admire, an entrepreneur who's really like fucking making it happen, right? Someone really serious. Now, imagine if that person stepped into your business for a week. Imagine how they would run your business. What changes would they make? How would they adapt to the current situation, the current economy? what different actions would they take? So start to change your perception of yourself. Say, all right, if somebody else came in, how would they think? If someone else is in control, how? And I'm constantly doing that to myself. I'm like, if someone came in, like, what would they be looking for? And this opens up your awareness. It starts to get you looking in all the little corners, the dark corners where the spider webs are, and it gets you looking and getting into the nitty gritty of your business. You know, we want to have an overview, a bird's eye view of what's going on around, right? But we also want to have a mouse's view, right? What's going down underneath the floorboards, right? It's not just about the bird's eye view that people talk about. Yes, it's great having a bird's eye view, but I want to get down where the little fucking spiders can crawl in, where you can get the little bugs. That's where I want to go, see what's going on, right? So listen, I hope you found this podcast valuable. How can you grow more so you can give more to your family? How can you grow more so your business could have more? Your business is a representation, is a reflection of exactly where you are in terms of your awareness and your growth. You want more, you better grow. I'll see you on the next one.